Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about Saturn. So, Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest in the solar system after Jupiter. It is a gas giant with an average radius of about 9.5 times that of Earth. It has only 1/8 the average density of Earth, but is over 95 times more massive. So it is a very big planet, guys. It's the second largest planet in the solar system, and is also a gas giant known to have rings. And this is also my favorite planet in the solar system. So next, this is what we're going to talk about in Saturn today. So we're going to talk about the atmosphere, surface, moons, rings, and interior. So first of all, we're going to talk about Saturn's atmosphere. So Saturn is approximately 75% hydrogen and 25% helium with traces of other substances like methane and water ice. Saturn's atmosphere is very similar to Jupiter's and is much less interesting to look at from a distance. So this is the artwork or what the atmosphere might look like from Saturn, but of course none of us and none of the spacecraft has ever been inside Saturn before, and so we don't exactly know what it actually looks like and what it's actually made of. So next, Saturn's surface. Well, because it's a gas giant planet, as a gas giant, Saturn doesn't have a true surface. The planet is mostly swirling gases and liquids deeper down. While the spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Saturn, it wouldn't be able to fly through unscathed either. So, if a spacecraft does go inside Saturn, it will never ever be able to reach back out into outer space again. The reason for that is because of the very, very strong gravity. Uh, let's say if Saturn does have surface, and we land on it, we wouldn't even be able to stand up because the gravity is very strong that it will constantly pull us down to the ground as very hard that we can't even get up properly. And because of that, the spacecraft will never ever be able to escape back out into space again. It will always be there. But because it's a gas giant planet, you won't be able to go into Saturn by its surface because it doesn't even have a surface. Instead, you'll be stuck inside the planet surrounded by gas and liquids, hydrogen mostly, and you will be trapped there forever. So, yeah, this is what it looks like on Saturn. So, next, the Saturn's rings. This is my favourite part of the planet actually, is its rings. As you can see, the picture of Saturn. So the rings of Saturn are the most extensive ring system of any planet in the solar system. They consist of countless small particles ranging in size from micrometers to meters that orbit around Saturn. The ring particles, made almost entirely of water ice, were the trace component of rocky material. There is still no consensus to, to their mechanism of formation, So we don't even know how the rings have formed around Saturn yet. And the materials that created the ring of Saturn are mostly water and ice. Well, ice is water actually, but mostly ice is orbiting around the Saturn, but is also contains some rocky materials as well, like an asteroid that got caught up in the planet's orbit, which I think what might have happened. So, as the asteroid was coming to hit Saturn, it got caught up in the orbit in Saturn's gravity. So that's probably why there are some rocky materials in the Saturn's ring as well. And according to the latest studies, I didn't put that on the presentation, but I'll explain it to you. Um, in a few years, Saturn's rings might disappear. But to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think this is going to happen because um, how can a ring disappear all suddenly? And they also say that it might come back again in the near future, in our lifetime. I don't understand how this is going to happen, and I don't understand how it's all going to just disappear and come back again. Let's see what happens. Apparently, this might happen in 2025, which is just next year, actually, just next year. So, yeah, so this is all we know so far about the Saturn's rings. So, next, Saturn's interior. This is all in Russian right here, but this is the best photo I got so far of the Saturn's, what might look like inside. So, yeah, this is an English version, guys. So Saturn's interior is thought to be composed of a rocky core, surrounded by a deep layer of metallic hydrogen, an intermediate layer of liquid hydrogen and liquid helium, and finally a gaseous outer layer. So yeah, so like I said earlier in the video, Saturn has no surface on its own. It only has the molecular, I forgot what the HIL stands for, but they're all liquid, guys, and gas. And as for the core, it's icy and rocky. The core is only made out of ice and rock, but it's still not fully known yet about what the Saturn's core might actually be made out of, because nothing can actually get inside the planet, you guys. For example, the planet Earth, no, no, um, well, I wouldn't call it a spacecraft because spacecraft goes into outer space. Something that goes below us, something that goes deep underground. I can't remember the name of it, but something that goes down and explores what's underneath us. But nothing has ever reached the Earth's core. And so, if we can't even reach the Earth's core, how the hell can we ever go into the Saturn's core or Jupiter or any other planet's core? It's impossible. So we don't actually know what the Saturn's core is actually made out of, but researchers think that it could be made out of ice and rock. So, yeah, metallic hydrogen. It's a liquid that's inside Saturn. So we got molecular hydrogen and yeah. So Saturn's interior is thought to be composed of a rocky core surrounded by a deep layer of metallic hydrogen, an intermediate layer of liquid hydrogen and liquid helium, and finally a gaseous outer layer. I think I read that earlier. Sorry guys if it's the second time I read this because I have a very bad memory. No matter how much I learn things, I forget very quickly. That's why I can't remember the name of the craft that goes under the earth's under the earth's ground. to explore what it's made out of. Still trying to remember what its name, but until I do, let's continue. So now we're going to talk about Saturn's moons. So um, these are the moons that we're going to talk about today: Titan, Rhea, and Iapetus. We're not going to talk about the other four because I don't want the video to be too long, but there's also Dione, Tethys, Enceladus, and Mimas. If I'm pronouncing these names wrong, guys, please let me know in the comments. Don't hesitate to let me know. So these three are the ones we're going to talk about. So first we're going to talk about Titan, the largest moon on Saturn. So Titan is the largest moon of Saturn and the second largest in the solar system, larger than any of the dwarf planets of the solar system. It is the only moon known to have dense atmosphere and is the only known object in space other than Earth on which clear evidence of stable bodies of surface liquid has been found. So this is the only moon in our solar system that actually has an atmosphere. It's the only moon that contains some materials that our planet has. And it has some liquids as well, but we don't really know what kind of liquid it is that's on the Titan. But yeah, it's the only moon that has an atmosphere, the only one, and it's big enough to be a planet, dwarf planet as well. So which means, in my opinion, that moon could actually be one of the dwarf planets that got caught up in Saturn's orbit as well. So next we're going to talk about Rhea. So Rhea is the second largest moon of Saturn and the ninth largest moon in the solar system, with a surface area that is comparable to the area of Australia. It is the smallest body in the solar system for which precise measurements have confirmed a shape constant with hydrostatic equilibrium. I can't pronounce that word properly, guys, but I'm sure you don't know what that is. It was discovered in 1672 by Giovanni Domenico Cassini. So it's the second largest moon in Saturn and the ninth largest in the solar system. And the size of the moon is comparable with Australia, so they say that this moon could actually be the same size of Australia, which in my opinion is the largest island in the world because it's surrounded by sea, but it's not officially counted as an island. So let's move on, guys. So now we're going to talk about Iapetus. I don't think I'm pronouncing the name properly as well, guys, but I think I am, but I'm not sure. The artwork of this moon looks like a bird's egg. So Iapetus is a moon of Saturn with an estimated diameter of 1,469 kilometers. It is the third largest moon of Saturn and the 11th largest in the solar system. The moon was discovered in 1671, also by Giovanni Domenico Cassini. So, yeah, this is what we know about this moon. So, where is Saturn in the night sky? So, bear with me, guys. I'm going to bring this up on a map. I forgot to set this star map up because I'm such a twonk. So I'm going to bring it up, but my internet is really slow, so it's really bloody irritating. But I'll be as quick as possible. Okay, I'm going to bring you all over now to the Starry app now. Okay, now this is the night sky tonight, and Saturn. So right now, Saturn in 8:30 at night, Saturn is in the west of the sky. And unfortunately, guys, at the highest peak, it's up during the day. So let's change the clock if it will do it. Yeah, there you go. The best time to see Saturn in the night is probably about 6 p.m. at night. So 6 p.m. is a time when you can see Saturn in the night sky in the southwest. So yeah, and then we got Jupiter as well in the middle of the sky, which is near Taurus and Aries. And of course we got Orion in the east, southeast. So yeah, this is where Saturn is tonight, guys. So 6 p.m. at night, you're going to see Saturn in the southwest. So now let's get back to the presentation. So in the next video, you guys, we're going to talk about the name of the planet that I do not want to say because in my opinion it's rude. So we're going to talk about Uranus. Guys, seriously, this word is really disturbing to me because how we say it in a British accent, it sounds very much like your anus. But this planet is actually called Uranus, guys. So so I'm going to stop the video there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day today, and I hope to see you again in the next video. So take care now and have a wonderful evening. Cheerio.